I think that you all must know this excerpt already from Rosé #1 etude from the book of 32 etudes. I think that this is an important etude for many reasons, not specifically for the notes, but for the ability to challenge your legato every time you play it. So it's a good tool to recover it if you need to work on it. I believe that no matter what style of music you play, you could be doing jazz, free improvisation, contemporary music, or orchestral music, or anything with the instrument, with the clarinet. And I believe that having a truthful legato is one of the most important tools for expression. At least one more, and I think it makes a big difference, especially because when you listen to a good player, you are listening to the line, right? You listen to the target, you listen to a shape. You don't listen to every note, actually. When you start listening to every note, it's because that player is not being careful about the connections, I think, or the direction of the phrase. So what I do in order to work every day on this topic is measure the resistance of every note in the instrument. And this is very important because all the notes are different, and if we blow with the same air pressure, they sound all different. As you can imagine, the open G has very little resistance, the low E has a lot of resistance, and the B natural, the third line, it's also very resistant. So if we go from an open G to one of those notes and we blow it in the same way, they're going to sound very different, and they will interrupt our legato. So what I think it's a good idea is to measure all those pressures. And for example, in the beginning, we have a problem there because it's tom, pom, pom, pim. That high note, the high C, is much more resistant than the previous open G. So we need to do something about that. So what do? Well, we measure the pressure of the C, and we anticipate that in the open G. So, in a way. Right? So we provide an extra support in the low note in order to get to the more resistant one in this case, right? I think that is a rule that I try to apply everywhere in this piece, and because it goes up and down, above and below the register many times, I think that this is a very, very, very good exercise for this. There's another part that I think it is important. In that passage, the important note is the low one. If you don't, the open G, so if you don't put extra support to that G, then the connection is not going to sound correct. So, very basic, but I think important idea to practice every day with that in mind. Getting a good legato, not just blowing through the instrument, but measuring the resistance of every single note, and then making them part of the line in which we cannot tell when the player is moving from one note to another. We need to be able to project a shape and not a succession of pitches. Okay, thank you for watching.